Chapter 60, or slaughtering demons to gain chi. Quickly kill him. Quickly kill him. He ran that way. Quick, block it. A loud scream reached beyond the large formation. Amidst the 20,000 people clenching their fists and cheering, in the hearts of the people, at this moment, Gu Hai had long become the strongest hero in general, among the people who were shouting for Gu Hai. While hundreds of cultivators, at this moment, there was a sound of sucking in cold air. It's only been half a year. Gu Hai just stepped into the innate realm. This is already nearly 2,000 screams. Did Gu Hai kill them all by himself? That group of demons, their strength has generally increased 5 times. One person. Listening to the screams within the large formation, the crowd of cultivators could understand the gruesome nature of the battle. If Gu Hai wasn't alone, the crowd wouldn't have been able to guess the internal scene. But at this moment, how could the crowd of cultivators not guess? How demonic should this Gu Hai be? On top of the piles of dead bones, Gu Hai looked around with cold eyes. Half of them, Gu Hai had already killed half of the demonized people. Looking around at the white bones, the ferocity in the hearts of all the demonized people was gone, and all the murderous energy in their hearts was washed away. All hopes were instantly dashed. He can't kill. He can't kill. His true chi is unceasingly flowing, and his saber daggers are getting more and more ferocious. It simply won't stop. We're going to send ourselves to death. The crowd of demonized people looked at Gu Hai in horror. This thing called morale, sometimes it was so subtle. When morale was strong, fighting power skyrocketed. When morale was weak, fighting power plummeted. From this moment onwards, Gu Hai had already topped the toughest moment. The toughest process of fighting to the death was over. And next, it was harvesting at will. Run, help, boom. More than 2,000 demonized people dispersed in a flurry. No one wanted to fight anymore. There was no result at all. No, there was a result. The result was to go up and send yourself to death. When not being afraid of death turned into being afraid of death, that had almost no desire to fight anymore. The crowd had failed to do anything to Gu Hai. How could they be Gu Hai's opponent now? Still want to run now? You bunch of demons. Gu Hai's eyes glared as he charged up with a fierce face. Don't kill me. On help. Don't chase me. Don't chase me. As the demonized people fled, they were in constant panic. This moment, it was no longer everyone chasing Gu Hai alone, but Gu Hai alone chasing all the demonized people. Bear, 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 bear. A series of blade chi chopped through, as if harvesting wheat, constantly being cut down by Gu Hai, and a skeleton was continuously born. More and more skeletons appeared. More and more demonized people were killed, forming an atmosphere of fear that grew stronger and stronger. The more the demonized people panicked, the less courage they had to face Gu Hai. There was only escape. Quickly flee. The exit is blocked. No. How could it be blocked? Quick, open the exit. No good. Ancient sea is coming. Ancient sea is coming. With Gu Hai chasing after them, the crowd of demonized people didn't have time to open up the blocked exit. They could only be massacred while scattering in the midst of escaping. The more Gu Hai fought, the more courageous he became. The pure massacre was a lot easier than earlier, as long as he ran around the inside of the Song Armor Sect's big formation. It's over. Unraveling the big formation. How do you unravel the big formation? The big formation can only be undone by the sovereign. We can't undo it. Forcibly break it. Try breaking it. Boom, boom. Today, it was as if it was everyone's grave. It couldn't be broken at all. It couldn't be escaped. And it was captured in a jar by Gu Hai. Kill, 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 kill. Gu Hai showed no mercy. All the way amongst the decimation, at this moment, it was as if Gu Hai had forgotten everything. Just a killing machine. Kill, kill, kill. More and more demonized people were killed. Gu Hai seemed like he didn't know how to get tired at all. Wherever he went, The ground was filled with withered bones, more than 2,000 demonized people. After an hour, there were less than 1,000 left. The demonized people were getting fewer and fewer, getting more and more fearful. No, don't kill me. What to do? Patriarch, help, Patriarch, save me. The demonized people had long been scared out of their wits. They couldn't escape. They could only be continuously slaughtered by Gu Hai. No, let's gather again. Some demonized people called out in terror. Maybe the large number of people could strengthen their courage. The crowd of demonized people gathered again. Boom, charging into the demonized crowd, there was a full-scale slaughter. For a while, the black gas became more and more massive, and more demonized people were chopped into mid-air by Gu Hai's blade, and on the way down, they had already turned into a pile of withered bones and fell down. Boom, boom, a cry of misery, a sound of withered bones falling. This was the bell of death, striking again and again, accompanied by countless despair from the demonized people. Don't kill me. I don't eat people anymore. I don't eat people anymore. I don't eat human hearts anymore. I'll never eat human hearts again. I won't eat human flesh anymore. Spare me, I won't eat. A crowd of demonized people, constantly begging for mercy, accompanied by miserable screams, listening to the hundreds of cultivators in the outside world, all revealed a bewildered look. The 20,000 people were uncertain and didn't know about Gu Hai's strength, but the hundreds of cultivators did. From the beginning, when the group of devils were chasing Gu Hai, to now when the group of devils were begging for mercy, the crowd of cultivators listening to them were dazzled. What exactly happened in there? How did Gu Hai do it? For a while, no one was paying attention to the battle between Master Liu Nian and Zhao Long for blood anymore. Despite the fact that their battle was even more ferocious, despite the fact that their battle was even more destructive, but everyone was only focused on within the grand formation. The screams were incredibly dense. It became more and more dense, and soon, the screams slowly became bustling, and the screams became less and less and less, until finally, in the big formation, it was suddenly silent. No more screams. No sound at all. Countless cultivators were even pasted on the big formation, listening inside, but there was just no sound inside. What the hell happened? How is it inside? A crowd of cultivators revealed anxious colors. Inside, Gu Hai had the Jedi life blade in his hand pillar on the ground, panting long and hard. Looking all over, the Song armor sect was in a mess, in all directions. A set of withered bones spilled out in all directions. It looked as if they had arrived in a ghost city hell. Underneath his feet, there was even a small mountain of dead bones piled up. He, Song Jia clan. Gu Hai revealed a stream of complicated smiles. Once upon a time, how could Gu Hai have never thought that he would one day slaughter the entire Song armor sect in its entirety? When he was in the Haoshan realm, he went around to worship the Immortal sect, and when he faced the Song armor sect, which was a big Wei ram, he even had the feeling that it was unattainable to reach. And now, this giant peak collapsed on itself. All the disciples were slaughtered. The body left hundreds of wounds. The heaviest one is almost disemboweled, but the good thing is that there is a Ji Sheng knife, rolling power surging into the body, constantly nourishing the body. The injuries quickly recovered. However, after devouring so many demonized people, his cultivation actually hasn't broken through yet. It wasn't that there wasn't enough power, but it was as if a critical point had been reached. This power was gathered in the body. Unable to make another breakthrough, in a frown, Gu Hai stumbled down the withered bone mountain and slowly walked towards the valley from earlier. Above the valley, a pitch-black sphere was sucking in the black chi rising from the corpses of the people below. What a cruel evil method, Gu Hai frowned. With a slash, he fiercely chopped at the black sphere. Dang, the ghost treasure trembled violently and was chopped out with a general gash. Ka 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 ka. The black aura of the absolute life blade steeply wrapped it, and the billions of small skeletons crazily devoured the small sphere. It was as if they were extremely enjoying the bizarre power within this small sphere. The ghost treasure seemed to be struggling, even fighting back, but in front of the absolute life blade, there was simply nowhere to hide in general, and it could only be surrounded in the center, constantly gnawing away. Rumble. Rolling power surged into Guhai's body. Suddenly, Guhai had a rising uncomfortable feeling. The power was gathering and could not be broken through. Ka. The Jiao dragon roared, setting off even more violent waves that swept towards Master Liu Nian. Inside the Grand Formation. As he prepared to leave, he turned his head to look at the corpses in a valley. Probing his hand, he took out a few more coffins, piled with gunpowder, from the small space of the token and buried them halfway up the mountain, igniting it. Boom! The two large mountains around them crumbled down, burying all the corpses of the people in the valley. A super grave was formed. Alas, you were also unlucky to be eaten by the demons. However, I have already helped you to cut down all the demons. All of them died under my sword. By creating a grave for you, you can rest in peace. Guhai sighed slightly. Guhai casually turned his head and was about to leave, steeply. It was as if a fresh breeze surged towards Guhai. Who, that kind of its wonderful feeling came again. Guhai's face changed, and he turned his head to look at the giant grave. Guhai couldn't see it, but at this moment, in the middle of the giant grave, there stood 129,600 human souls. Looking at Guhai, all of them knelt down gratefully. Many thanks to the benefactor. Many thanks to the benefactor. Guhai couldn't see the human souls at all, but this huge feeling was coming from a constant stream. 129,600 portions of merit. That is, 1 yuan of qi. An entire yuan of qi surged into Guhai's body. That mysterious feeling suddenly stimulated Guhai's danshan in general. Boom! There was a loud bang around Guhai as a stream of qi swept out. Innate realm, 9th level. I've broken through. Guhai was surprised. The swollen feeling from earlier disappeared, and just inexplicably all of it turned into true essence, helping Guhai break through a level. Am I accumulating virtue? Accumulating yin virtue. It turns out that yin virtue is also part of merit. It's not only from the living that you can get merit, you can get it from the dead too. Qi number actually has this wonderful use. Guhai sighed. Looking at the huge grave in front of him, Guhai gave a slight salute to the huge peak.